Good morning, Exceptional Existence community. Mwah, mwah. Sending you all so much love on this amazing day. Today, what we're going to talk about, guys, is this whole idea of just getting started, okay? So I'm going to kick off with a quote this morning, and it's the idea of you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great, okay? You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great. And that comes from a book called The Answer. So the reason why we're going to be talking about this today is because for the last few days I've been talking a lot about really taking action. So, starting your day right, changing your words, finding out what you love to do. So there's some action behind those posts, and there's some need for action if you want to actually walk towards your exceptional existence. So I thought, great time to kind of talk about this, because often when we think it's time to take action, we actually get stuck, and I'm finding that very much on a project that I'm working on at the moment. So it's time to really talk about these, and the great thing is about a lot of the things that I'll be talking about is, please don't think that I'm not facing these challenges. I am 100% walking through them myself, and that's often the inspiration for the post. So you're not alone. I can absolutely say that. So basically what I think what happens is, and I see it again and again, we really get in our own way. We get in our own way. I do it. I see other people do it. We are really, if we can get out of our own way, then everything else would almost sometimes seem easier. Okay, so I'll give you an example. I remember, often when we want something, we kind of focus on the mammoth task that it will be, instead of focusing on taking small steps to get there and celebrating the wins in taking those steps and achieving those goals, those small goals, versus looking at the huge mammoth elephant of whatever it is that we want to achieve. So when I was living in Dubai, I remember there was a project we were working on, and I thought, oh my God, I just don't want to start this because it's huge. It's just huge, because I was focusing on the wrong thing. And one of the senior managers that I was working with, he said to me, Lou, what we need to do is just focus on small bits, just small bits. Look at that, just focus on that, and then focus on the next small bit, and the next small bit, and the next small bit. And then before you know it, we will have achieved something large. Perhaps not the full vision and the full goal, but we will have achieved a really large chunk. And then there's reason to celebrate. Actually, there's reason to celebrate even the small steps that you make, and that's really important. I'm going to talk about that. So I wanted to ask you some questions. I love to ask questions. If you eat an apple, how do you eat it? One bite at a time. You don't shove the whole apple in your mouth. If you are putting the groceries away, say you do a huge shop and you're putting the groceries away, how do you put them away? One grocery at a time. And then all of a sudden it's done. Okay, and if you think about putting the groceries away, this is something that a lot of people can relate to. So if you think about doing that, then what happens is, as you're like, yeah, it's clearing. It's clearing. I'm putting these things away and it's clearing. And then you start to realize, actually, I can do this, right? But it's those small steps that get you there. And each action gives you the push to go on to the following action. So often we say, just take action. Just take action. There's another book that I read recently, and it was talking about the idea of sometimes we stop things and we think, oh, I'll wait till I'm in the mood. Sometimes you're never going to be in the mood. Really, never going to be in the mood. So just take some action. Another way that you can do it is write lists. Lists are so powerful. I write them all the time. I write them on a piece of paper. Remember what paper is before we had phones? Write it on a piece of paper and tick it off. Tick it off your list as you achieve it. There is a dopamine hit with that. Not long ago, I heard a story about somebody who would actually achieve something, and if it wasn't on her list, she'd actually then write it on her list and tick it off just for the dopamine hit. So write your lists and tick and tick and tick and tick. Okay? So often, I also want to really shine light on the fact that so often we don't take steps towards the big goal that we're looking for, because we think, if I don't try, then I don't fail, and then I don't disappoint myself. Guys, we got to get out of that thought pattern, because then you'll achieve nothing. Trying and failing is better than never trying at all. And chances are you won't fail on the end of it. You'll actually achieve greatness. So We need to erase that whole sequence of events out of our exceptional existence. It needs to go. You don't not start doing something because you think you could fail and then you'd be disappointed in yourself, so you don't start at all. This is not even an exceptional existence option. Cutting it energetically out of our worlds. So yeah, as I said, focus on the baby steps, take the baby steps, celebrate the baby steps. Celebrate the baby steps. Celebration is so important. Celebration is so important. And the other thing is also, guys, I think it's really important to be really clear on your why. Why are you doing this? Whatever it is that you want to achieve, why are you doing it? That's really, really important, because when you feel like you're falling away from your goal, you then need to tap into your why and say, actually, this is why I'm doing it. I feel terrible right now, but my why is keeping me going. Okay, so really focus on your why. And be clear about the fact that, you know, you're doing this for you. You're doing this to get better. You're doing this to achieve something. Why are you doing it? Be really clear on that. And perhaps to start, look, I'm going to give you a crutch. If you can't do it for you, do it for somebody else. I mentioned that I started dancing, and I really went into dance in somebody else's honor. Okay, maybe do that until you actually can come out of that and think, oh my God, I've done that for me, actually. It's changed my life. Okay, so an example of that might be to lose weight for your children. Or it could be to stop bad habits for your health. And perhaps your health is affecting somebody else in your life and you want to dedicate that to perhaps it's somebody in your life that's unwell. Or perhaps it's somebody that you've just lost. And in order to celebrate and remember them, honor them with something that you're doing for yourself. It's really, really powerful. And remember, guys, you don't have to always see the end state. You can just take small steps, and as you do, you'll see more of the horizon. You'll see more of the top, and more will become clear. So you don't have to have all the answers to take the steps. That's really, really important as well. The other thing I think also, which I see again and again, and please believe me on this, if you think it's a little woo-woo, just please believe me on this, because I see it again and again. I've mentioned in the past that I do, as a certified intuitive guide, I do subconscious reprogramming. And this I see again and again, and I use scent and essential oils, therapeutic grade essential oils, to actually change and reprogram the subconscious mind, so to support you in achieving the things that you want in your life. And I'll be talking about that a lot more. But when I've done this hundreds of times, and the shift is incredible. And when I see people come in, they have this intention. They have something they've wanted, they haven't been able to achieve. But what we do is we dive into the subconscious mind to pull out from the deepest roots the reasons for that. What is holding you back? And it could be the strangest thing that happened in your past. But more on that later. That's not what this post is about. But I see it happen again and again. When people come to the session with intention to work on whatever it is they want to focus on, that strong intent in itself is such a powerful tool, more powerful than you would even imagine, because you are saying, I want to do this work. You might be able to relate. There might be moments in your life where you think, like when I wanted to start dancing, I was like, that's it, no more. I'm doing this. You might have moments in your life where you've actually experienced that. You've thought, I'm doing this. Enough of holding myself back. I'm doing this. I'm getting out of this relationship. I'm starting that thing I've always wanted to do. I'm getting out of my own way, and I'm going to start my own baking school, my own jam company, my own whatever. It might be that moment where you thought, you know what, enough. And that's what setting an intention. There can be such power in just setting an intention in itself. And so when you do that, what in the session that I do with the subconscious reprogramming, it's like everything that you need to see, or anything that you need to see at that time, in that moment, comes up for healing, because you have set the intention to the universe to say, I'm working on this now, and I'm here to do this work. So let's put some steps around this, guys. Okay, what do you do moving forward? So what I would say is figure out what you want and why you want it. Remember, the why is so important, because when you start to feel demotivated, like you want to stop, the why is what's going to push you forward. What are the steps that you're going to take to take action? Okay, document those steps and start slow. Starting slow is fine. Start slow and celebrate your wins. Remember to celebrate your wins, okay? And remember also another thing, and just perhaps trust me on this one, when you take those actions and you celebrate the wins, then you'll really start to see actually perhaps more things start to happen in your physical environment that are helping you along the way, almost like little special fairies helping you to achieve what it is that you've really set your mind to achieve. Okay. The other thing that I would recommend is find an accountability partner. There is such power in accountability partner, because then you're not only accountable to yourself, and let's face it, sometimes we need a crutch. Think of somebody in your life that can help you to achieve these goals. Somebody that can push you in a kind way would be nice. Okay, it could be a family member, it could be a friend. They don't have to be in your country. They could be far away, but just somebody that will keep you accountable and check in and say, hey Lou, how's that going for you? Are you achieving that goal? How's that going? And then you can also celebrate your wins with them. If you get a win, no matter how small, you tell your accountability partner. And the energy around that and them getting excited for you as well will keep you going. And again, guys, really celebrate the wins, but remember, you can see change in a short amount of time. So don't sit there and think, oh my God, this could take me 2 years, because if you do that, you'll probably fall off the wagon. All right. So just think, you know what, I'm focusing on this week. And then after a month, you'll be like, wow, things are shifting and changing. All right. So that's it, guys. That's it for this morning. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to be started. You have to get started to be great. All right. Let me repeat that again, hopefully without mistakes. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great. Get started, guys. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Remember, an exceptional existence is your birthright. If you think of anyone that would benefit from seeing this video, please tag them. Please also make sure to follow us. Follow the Facebook group so that you know when the lives are happening and then when they've happened, so you can go back and watch them later. Please also make sure to join our community. In the description below, there's a link where you can add your email address and join our community. Yesterday, I sent out an email to all of our members with my top 5 books that I recommend for an exceptional existence. They are such great reads. So make sure you're on that list, because if you're on the list, you'll still get the books, the book recommendation, okay? So add yourself to the list. Commit to this, guys. Really commit to this. If there's something that you're working on at the moment, please make a comment below. Tell us what you're working on, because in doing that, it almost gives you another push forward to an exceptional existence. Thanks so much for your time today, guys. Have an incredible day, and go out there and really do everything that you can to walk towards the exceptional existence. It's your birthright. It's waiting for you. Go grab it. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.